Ice Frog that
5 seconds remaining.
Thought about that.
Maybe. Might be a changing theme.
Certainly loved green heroes a couple of years.
Yeah, green has been given a lot of love in the past. Maybe new colors are trying to shine this time. But let's see. Phoenix with Bane going up against... I think you could happily pick up a Mars here for HellRaisers. They wanted to go for the Phoenix-Mars combo.
Radiant team.
Clockwork would be a nice refreshment to get for a while, but it's not really been shown this tournament at all.
Bad.
Void Spirit for HellRaisers and an early Lifestealer pick.
That is very So, this Void Spirit is... On GPK, it was okay, but I know that they also pick it up Panic. And I just feel like I've said this before during
10 seconds
yesterday,
remaining.
I believe, but during today actually. I feel it leaves HellRaisers without like an anchor to play around, because this Void Spirit is still very fragile. You have high damage, of course, you have high playmaking potential, but you are a moving element. You're not a stable
Radiant
core.
team ban.
Team is going to have to play around it. Now, it's already going to be pretty unfavorable to play this Void Spirit healer up on lane, and I'm not very comfortable with the idea that you might have to
10 seconds remaining.
play Void Spirit.
5 seconds
I mean,
remaining.
if they can find something more stable for Funnick, then I'd prefer it, but it means moving it up into another lane that might also get countered. That feels...
Would be nice to see if they decide to go for the Kunkka, then they have the Void Spirit as a support, so you have the Remnant to continue the crowd control when you have X-Mark, Torrent, Remnant, Boat, and have plenty of time to hit. But Kunkka's not the best when it comes to Lifestealer on the table, so that Lifestealer is also somewhat of a counterproductive hero for HellRaiser's draft. And Lifestealer is also really good against the Phoenix, not only just in lane, but also in teamfight, because he can rage up and destroy the egg. Not much control against him, so HellRaisers have to probably look for BKB piercing abilities here. That's why I don't think the SD would be a bad idea to go for.
Yeah, SD would do very well
10 seconds remaining.
Control this Lifestealer, kite him out during the fights. He can't
5 seconds
slowing
remaining.
him. As well as it's a really nice setup for Void Spirit or a possible escape for just, you know, popping down the bubble, then having the Void Spirit lay down a
Radiant
remnant.
team pick. Dire team pick.
If we've seen any kind of a shift when it comes to the drafts and how they've been playing out, the further this tournament has been going, the less it has been defensive gameplay and more aggressive on every single team. The first series of the entire tournament, which was VP versus HellRaisers, was very defensive and pretty much just dodging, playing evasive, and then when you have team fights, you have saving abilities. But it's slowly, the tournament meta has slowly changed into this more aggressive, high nuke, go at them style of gameplay. So that's why the SD doesn't really fit into it, even though it would be a good pick. But I think HellRaisers want to go for something more aggressive, something maybe a bit more active than the SD is, especially with this Ember Spirit on board. They're going to need some stuns.
Mm-hmm. This Ember Spirit as well, like it might be a reason for HellRaisers to move this Void mid, because you have slightly faster mobility in the mid game. You go roughly 50 lane, play it right. There's a good lane to be had for the Void there. At the same time though, that would mean that you're letting them get these days when there's so Viper. It's still like the Ember would like it if you could have a lot worse lane.
Radiant team pick.
Grimstroke.
Well, that's one stun.
Dodgeable one. Bane can dodge it.
A dodgeable one, though.
Ember Spirit can dodge it. Lifestealer can pop Rage to avoid it. I like it in the sense that, you know, this
10
Grimstroke
seconds remaining.
route the Ember Spirit is going to
5 seconds
long range
remaining.
silence to stop any for example, is going to come. But you're not going to make use of the full. It doesn't feel like a great stroke.
I have to disagree a little bit. I see this Grimstroke not just work out in the laning stage, but when it comes to team fights, we've always talked about how Void Spirit likes that targets are nearby each other to get use of his AoE and the damage output that he does because he plays aggressive. Grimstroke with Inkswell on the Void Spirit can go in, force out those either the magic immunities or some of the dodging abilities. Cluster up the Grimstroke ultimate to keep it closer because especially the Ember Spirit can't escape if he gets hit by the Grimstroke ultimate, so he has to use either, well, he can use Slate of Fist, but something else, maybe a BKB if he has to build one to keep himself alive. But you can bait them out and then Void Spirit can instantly dissimulate or just jump out. You force BKBs, you force the big abilities from FlyToMoon, so you retreat. Coddle makes it a bit harder though, because the Coddle Ember duo, which was very common back in the ESL tournament, where every time you see Ember, you also see Coddle, because Coddle empowers the Ember Spirit by reducing the cooldowns, allowing you to Slate a Fist the whole time, but the ultimate on top of the roots. So you can always catch several people inside it, which makes that also a very good combination. It does make HellRaisers as a lineup a bit more worried.
Definitely. FlyToMoon now have their own area control. Test that other big orb. And Necrophos pick here, this is solid. This is going to be able to stay in lane Lifestealer. I'm a little bit worried about the Bane though.
10 seconds
if pop
remaining.
your Ghost Shroud, say, Bane can just wait until
5 seconds remaining.
And there's also a possibility of Nightmare
Radiant team back.
Scythe one. But I gotta say, I don't count Bane as a saving support that much, just because the level at which you have to play Bane in order to reliably be able to do that is so high that a lot of players can't do that and shot call at the same time. You have to be so sharp
10
because
seconds
you're
remaining.
so small. So if I see Always Fun Fly do
5
that
seconds
this game,
remaining.
hats off, but it's only an option. I won't be surprised if he doesn't manage.
Dire team pick.
Yeah, Bane also has more cast range on his ultimate than he does on Nightmare. Nightmare usually has a very short cast range, so you're also putting yourself in threat of saving heroes that are, right now, both are melee, so he has to be nearby, and these Lifestealer and the Ember Spirit, they attract a lot of attention. So that also means that Bane is also going to be a target, which is very close nearby, and Faceless Void to fill in this entire draft from HellRaisers. They've got a lot of stuff to throw in the Chrono. FlyToMoon doesn't have the saving abilities. They've got the Coddle ultimate to maybe try and mitigate or maybe even nullify the Chronosphere a bit, or have a counter initiation right after that. But I like this Void pickup.
5 seconds
It
remaining.
enables this lineup to get closer, since they don't have Grimstroke and Necrophos with a lot of movement speed. So with the Chrono, with the time dilation slows, they get closer to each other, and it is the Kip's favorite Viper last pick from FTM.
He is just so useful. I do agree though that this Faceless Void is a very good sense that he supports having no save. You do have the blinding light from the cause Nixon, but that's about, especially if you get the Coddle in the Chrono, you get to finish Chrono combined with Egg. It is possible that Iceberg can stay out of range of the Chrono as well as hit down the Egg.
10
But that's going to be a rough
remaining.
one. He's not going to be able to do that reliably at all.
Also
He's going to be
thinking,
able to do it in his lane, for sure.
item-wise here a little bit. Do you even want to go a BKB on this Faceless Void? You would be better off with just a Manta. You can remove the chains, you can move the slows from Lifestealer. Your BKB is not going to save you against Bane. You will take the damage from Viper's ultimate, but you have a chance of dodging it. or at least get... I mean, it's a basic dispel. You can get rid of most of the stuff, plus the Coddle blinding light, so you can just go Manta MKB. You would love to build MKB on Void anyway, so in this game it would be even better to not have that mischance on you. So BKB is not necessary here for HellRaisers, at least on the Faceless Void. Necro might have to think about it. Void definitely wants to get one, but you want to have the Axe as soon as possible, and also the Yules. But Egg does also provide for the Faceless Void's Chrono, so you have two big disables to go up against FTM. FTM's lineup, Lifestealer and Viper especially, very hard targets to take down, and the longer the game goes, Lifestealer will also be really strong, but it requires that FTM win the lanes and get the map control. If they have to play from behind, this could be HellRaisers map.
And I want to see how they're going to exactly.
Prepare for battle.
Running that Void or not. No? Hold on.
Udachi, have fun, have fun. Early smoke, 4 heroes. Get some early vision by Aloha Dance. Doesn't actually go on the other side of the river.
Nice job.
Now they do. Koshka's on the other side of the trees. Now they have the smokes pop as well. Blinding light, no. Gonna hold on to their abilities. Dodge this. Phonic and Roger also in lane. Nyx will be on top. Got GPK with Void already cutting down some trees. Is he gonna put
30 seconds to battle.
This might be it. Yep, this is a kill. This is a kill. Never though. No matter what. Even if you use Fairy Fires, always want to fly. Has to tank 2 hits from the tower, drop to 300 HP. But I was looking at the same time about the warding. I thought the Void would have actually decided to put the ward somewhere here behind the trees by cutting them down. Why did he actually do this? Because there's a path now here.
The battle begins.
What is the ideology behind this? The ward's not going to show on the high ground, but can he, like... Do you have any idea? I'm curious to know what he's done with that.
Sir, what do you mean exactly? With the dire ward?
Yes, the dire ward. So they cut down the trees here. So... why exactly?
Like... I'm not sure, because any central ward will catch this one. He might have just simply tried to place it up there and failed.
Iceberg already 4 stacks of poison attack onto this Void Spirit, so GPK, rough lane ahead for him. It's always when you go up against the Viper. But we have a safe lane Ember, and Ember played by General. General's really enjoying the different types of heroes. Just wondering with Roger just spamming those right clicks at that range creep. Not in deny range yet. Almost full HP.
American Poker and a lowdown.
Yeah, a bit of a right click battle. 44 versus 48 right click damage. 1 dodge, 2 dodge, not a third though. He does go for the stroke of fate. Aloha Dan's gotta be careful here. Does have 375
content. 5 shooting it out in the jungle. Never mind though.
375 movement speed on Coddle at level 1 with boot. Phonic. It looks like he might just go down. I am gonna get another one.
Once you're out of position, Bane, you don't really get to run away anymore. Nice and easy.
Now also Nyx in the bot lane. So we've got the Void versus the Ember Spirit, at least for now. Let's see if they're gonna do any more lane swaps. Or are we just going to be happy with the lanes as they are? Phonic walking almost all the way back to his own tower as V-Tune with the Lifestealer up against him.
Yeah, Yeah, I'd say that they will probably keep the lanes as is. At least on HR, they don't see any way to... Okay, but Aleo, he is going into Iceberg right.
Attempting to harass as much as he can. Does get to get the full duration of the salve as GPK is both visibility and cooldown. Gonna try and go for the same potentially. Still holding on to the dissimilate. Iceberg keeps up stacking more and more poison. He is out of mana though, so he does get a mango from the courier. Bit of extra regen for himself. I think that's also what GPK is trying to do, is wear out this Viper as early as possible. Well, Roger dies in the bot lane as they were also fighting in top at the same time. Always want to fly. Now there's a stun coming from the Poshka. Gonna stun up the Bane. Not enough for the kill though. Not enough as FlyToMoon intervenes. Sonic did have Death Pulse available and Bane gets to use the salve. So Always Want to Fly will heal back up. Also, Roger TP's back bottom on the Phoenix. Right now, Nyx is the one with the most CS. 19 and 9. 10 last hits on General's Ember Spirit.
He's content with it though. His job is to mostly get levels here, and since the wave has been pretty much forced.
Yeah, his farm's not bad. Unlike GPK. Casual tip.
Generation!
No. Oh, that feels...
More and more dots flying in, and Viper with a regen rune.
I just
Not much that... Yes... was expected, but it still always surprises, like, when it comes out, like, how early. We're talking 5 minutes, we're talking 6 minutes, we're talking 4.5 minutes. Miposhka looking for the Ink Swell stun and Always Want to Fly. Funnick doesn't have the movement. He's actually the same movement speed as Bane, so this could be a kill. Death Pulse is still there. Did it connect already? I think it did. Didn't seem to do... Yeah, it didn't seem to do any much damage. It's just level 1.
I'm a little bit surprised to see that Ghost Rider here. I think most Necrofolk decided to go for it at all.
Yep.
Relying on the Death Pulse Heartstopper.
Never refuse gold.
That's the problem.
3 for 1 also in bounties for FTM. I was wondering where was that one bounty rune. I was just trying to read the log, but it was still in General's bottle. Up, so that means a bottle in the safe lane. Bit of a battle with General and Nyx. Right-click contest. General still level 5. Has to be careful. He might have overstayed his welcome. They're trying to kill the Void at the same time. Aloha Dance. He does get the jump on Nyx. And another Fire Spirit's connection. Doesn't kill off the Ember, though. Yet, nope.
All this damage is making.
GPK. Yeah, it definitely is.
Void infusion.
GPK also picks up the Arcane Rune, so that's 1. Unable to give 1 to Viper. Yeah. Ember Spirit is 6. Nyx is also 6. He's baiting the Chrono. He's trying to get the jump out from General. Forces out 1 Remnant. I like how both players have their fingers on the R button. Like, when do we ult? Nick's cast canceling a few times. Puddle's courier led away.
Had his fingers out.
But GPK gets a kill on Always Wanna Fly in the top lane.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Important pick for the Void.
Revenge of Aloha Dance. Courier, I'd. Okay, has to step out of this.
Illusion!
Safe enough. And meanwhile with Poshka,
Radiant's
he's
bottom
right under the
is
tower,
under
right next to
attack.
him.
Radiant
Just to get himself a
structures
bit
are
of extra
fortified.
distance from B-Tune. And we're
Dire's
seeing
courier
a
has been
armlet
killed.
coming up for the Lifestealer. Now General gets the jump on the Phoenix. Very slow attack speed with the Fire Spirits. Goes for the dive. Dives in a different direction, but Aloha Dance right click was already flying. It is enough. It is enough for him for a kill. And B-Tune also took down Phoenix Courier.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We're seeing both carries doing really well. Nyx has already finished up this Helminator, so
Just as
a lot
I
of safety, a
envisaged.
lot of push while he's not in lane, as well as just straight up farming.
A lot of power treads coming in. Ember, the Void, Viper. Lifestealer with face boots though. Luckily, he is not going for power treads. Have you ever seen power treads on Lifestealer?
Power treads on way back in the past, but can't say that I've ever seen it. I want to point out, by the way, that Iceberg is going for the Dragonlance first. I was wondering if it's an item that he would be for this game, just because it means that he gets to stay, gets to outrange the drone, gets to hit the egg from a safe. Looks like he wanting to go that way.
Yeah. Death from above, like Viper usually says. GPK walks straight into Iceberg. He's got some damage available for him. There's no action rune for him though. He's heading straight towards bottom. Viper's there, but there's also going to be Aloha Dance denying it away from GPK. And straight on a chase onto Aloha Dance.
See if,
Bit of dot damage coming in.
General feels like an help him, I don't think
Radiant's
so. You don't want to
bottom
get
tower
both
is under
caught in
attack.
front of- We'd love to have it.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what Nyx is waiting for. Sieging up this tower too, doing a lot of damage onto it. General gets the
Radiant's
answer on
bottom
Roger
tower is
though.
under attack.
And Nyx now with the catapult wave. He's suddenly alone, so I don't think Nyx is able to get the best out of this catapult wave. He's gonna have some unwanted attention in a moment as Aloha Dance is right next to him. Guiding light, giving a bit of extra mischance. His creep wave is almost dead, so he's gonna have to use the dummy creep to tank it.
You guys gonna
Lights.
go in, lighting lights gone.
And we've got Viper coming in. He doesn't see it yet. And now they do. Nyx is instantly out of there. And GPK is alone. They get the tower in bottom, but GPK is still in this fight. He's all alone by himself. He gets the jump, but he's not. Yeah, is it going to be enough? Wait, he took down Aloha Dance's courier with that jump.
Nothingness. Strike, strike,
But
strike.
he's still dead.
Still dead, yes. Stylish, though.
That was very stylish.
If you have to
Give the-
go. Oh,
They gave the tips to Aloha Dance for having his courier in the tree line. Not sure if he was giving vision with it, but they at least found him on the right spot.
FlyToMoon do lose their tower. Less security. Now on top. He's going to want to use that drone. I know he's out here.
Now it's V-Tune spamming loser instead of GPK.
They're learning from each other.
Yeah, GPK in the previous series, every time in the versus screen would introduce the loser.
Sore loser.
Yeah.
General wanted that haste rate.
Oh. Very nice jump, GPK.
Quelling.
He has a quelling blade, but that's a second interesting jump again. Now Chrono onto the... Oh no, Roger's inside it. He's not getting any damage out on this Viper. He gets to bump the egg right away. Viper, Necro ulted, will take him. No, they won't. The save is still there from Always Wanna Fly, but the stun does connect on 2. V2 coming in from the Infest as well. A lot of damage being dealt. Phonic gets back to full HP, but GPK has to get out of there. He doesn't have any charges on his ultimate. Dreamstroke ulti connecting on 2. Lifestealer and Always Wanna Fly will make their way out. General trying to make some damage in the front line. Goes for another jump out. Nyx gets a 2-man stun with the ESforce. He's got General, but the blinding light coming in at the same time. Nyx still trying to find onto General. Viposhka right behind him. GPK still got 1 charge on his ultimate, so he might go in for a quick slice and dice, but FTM are already backing out from this, and only the Viper ends up being the casualty in such a close fight on both ends.
Oh yeah, well, at the very least we have now determined that Always Wanna Fly is a player. Even though that dodge didn't help this Iceberg, in the end, it did mean that the fight actually got to go on, and a lot of the damage that was meant for other heroes can now be... that still had to be put to Iceberg. I think that fight goes way worse.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Now with all the ultimates on cooldown, they get to pressure this mid-tier 1 tower. Holding Roger in place. Roger's dead.
Dire's middle
Gonna die to the
tower
dots.
is under attack.
Alright, that's a quick drive-by.
Attention though, this tower gets
Dire's
or
top
at least the
tower
way it
is
was,
under
but
attack.
I don't think FlyToMoon is ever going to for this tower.
They are still sitting around this area. V-Tune is trying to creep skip at the pressure on the top tier 1 tower while they're still hitting this mid tower. Nyx taking a lot of damage from the poison attacks, going for the Coddle ultimate. They have it. He won't get the jump out. Such a perfect timing from Aloha Dance. Waiting for the chains and then dropping the ultimate to get that flicker of the Ignis to connect just before he gets his jump off. This push is still going on.
Is under attack.
And with that they get to take down the middle tower
Dire's
while
middle tower
V2 is
has
straight up
fallen.
farming.
Dire's top
Mostly
tower
because
is
Phonic,
under
I think he
attack.
uses TP to get to top, so he is, yeah, he's stuck up here without Pro now. And that's,
And there we go. That's a dead Necro.
they're waiting for that.
Alright. Now we're getting the mental gameplay kicking in as well as Roger dies inside the jungle. General will get himself a little solo kill.
Radiant's
He's going for
bottom
the Spirit
tower
Vessel,
is
so
under
very
attack.
utility focused, very squally as well. He's going to deal a lot of damage without having to build
A bauble from the
items, and
void.
really going to happen is that he's going to be empowered by Aloha Dance to put out as many of the light mixer.
Poshka on a deep warding duty here on the Radiant side of the map. Some extra vision whenever they're starting to move around this bottom area if they're coming out to fight in this outpost or so. But FTM, as they've taken down the mid and the top tier 1 towers, they're taking over the Dire jungle as they're supposed to, but they're also invading middle, trying to get the blinding light on Phonic. He does get chained up down to 300 HP.
Radiant's
much
bottom
damage?
Back to
tower
full.
is under attack.
Still just nerfed.
Yeah, very, very close to it though. Gonna have that vessel up very soon. Meanwhile, FTF 7,000 gold ahead, 5,000 in XP.
The game's not even close to getting. I've been wondering
Dire's
what
top tower
built, but
is under
the problem
attack.
is that actually showing it because he doesn't have enough money. He is still wondering.
Yep, he's got a magic wand on the courier. Rich man indeed. Gotta take all the little things.
Dire's
Generating with a clarity. His courier dies. General pops the haste rune. They find him. They locate him. They know where he is. He misses the change though. Void Spirit low on mana. Has to hope for a quick retreat with the TP. Is it gonna happen? Coddle ulti and Fiend Script. They wanted to make sure that he's not getting out.
Well,
They definitely made it work out. He ain't going out. Meanwhile, Nyx, there was a V2 Lifestealer nearby, and they did have the Phoenix around, the Necro around. If he did jump on the low ground and pop a Chrono, it would have been a great time for it, but no vision. Didn't know that the Lifestealer was exactly that nearby.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Ritual's
attack.
going to go for an SY. He's nearly there, so That's a lot of status resistance, a lot of extra. Well, he's going to be so hard to bring down in the chrono. Outside of the chrono, it's going to be damn near impossible.
General stumbles onto a wild Phonic. Gets healed up by Roger. Egg is available. Chrono's available. General trying to scout with the slate. Doesn't get his change to connect. Was hoping that the Phoenix would have still been around. The Remnant doesn't quite connect. Phonic. Hard place to be in. Has a lot of heals available. Still didn't even use his Death Pulse. That also means that we have the vessel money now ready for the Ember Spirit, so he's moving his courier to the secret shop, get himself that vitality booster while staying around with his team. Phonic. 5 stacks of poison attack, Nether Toxin. They're gonna have to force more and more heals on this Necrophos because this Viper is getting out of hand. Very hard to deal with.
Some farming time on Nixon, but its Pichu was also still farm. It's not a net.
Yep. All of FTM, all 5 heroes looking for some kills. HellRaisers are behind the tier 2 tower. You have 2 heroes pushing
Radiant's
top at the same
tower
time.
is under attack. Dire's
Roger.
middle
Well,
tower
now he
is
walks
under
back in.
attack.
Now he's dead. Yep. Pops the egg. Tries to keep himself alive.
I mean, has he?
I'm not
Radiant's
sure if they
structures
saw
are
it.
fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Maybe General saw the debuff on his hero to realize that Egg's on cooldown, but they're going they're gonna TP top. Nyx is getting blocked by some creep wave, but actually it works out in his favor because it doesn't get chained up. He goes for the chrono and TP out, and HellRaisers forced. Oh, so close with the flicker. That was 0.2 seconds away from catching the stun, and now Iceberg's alone, and this could be HellRaisers looking for a big pickoff. It's the Viper, the hero with the most net worth, pops his 10-second BKB. Iceberg 1 versus 5. He's got backup coming. HellRaisers have nothing to catch him right now, and okay.
Yeah, he's not
Okay,
afraid.
1 versus 5. He pops the chicken on the ground like, no, you're afraid of me? You're afraid of me or something?
Chicken, huh? Well, no, just sensible. And that is both of the big ultimates that HR have, which if they use it in conjunction, they are going to most likely win a team fight down. And this is exactly the reasonable response from FlyToMoon. Okay, you can't contest us in a 5v5, that's cool. We don't even need that DD room that dropped down outside of the Erosion Pit Ice Block. We're just going to do it like this.
Definitely thinking about it, at least securing that nobody else is going to steal it from them. Aegis going for FTM. Roche kill 20 minutes in. V-Tune picking it up. Nyx has an MKB up on the Faceless Void, and he does go BKB instead of the Manta instead. So I think it's just because of the Cuddle ultimate now being more of a nuisance. Nipochka will tank the smoke. I mean, Nipochka's going to be happy to tank this so the rest of them can get to safety. Will exactly do so, unless General catches Void Spirit. He didn't use his TP though. He's got 1 more charge in his jump. Goes for the teleport out. Is he going to get lucky? He will. I think I have to commend him for the patience there, not to use it right away in the trees before the chain's connected.
So, that buys him a lot.
Yeah.
They're going to unstoppable.
Dire's
Moving up
bottom
into a
tower
basher.
is under attack.
Once he's got, especially once he's got the Abyssal Blade, he can solo kill anyone on save for the Void.
Dire's structures are fortified.
On the positive
Dire's
side,
bottom tower is
for
under
HellRaisers, losing their bot tier 1, not a bad situation for them, because right now especially, they are playing this topside map. They've gotten rid of most of the vision. Once again, this one little cheeky ward here. Once again, this your favorite ward spot, also one of my favorite ward spots now. Just a bit higher from the camp than last time.
That one's harder placed from the other side. You have to play it.
Dire's bottom
The
tower
point is to place
is
this
under
ward while they
attack.
can't see.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
GPK should be able to take the top tier 1 tower with the help of
Radiant's
Nyx.
top tower
They're
is
losing
falling.
a bottom tier 2 tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under
FTM
Dire's
with that
bottom
Aegis
tower
are ready
is
to go
falling.
high ground.
They got their Siege Tank Viper.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So many.
Yep. Pops his armlet, dealing out damage. Necrophos is right next to them.
Tower is under attack.
Ready to get his ulti off if things were to happen. Spirit Vessel is down. He does have Guardian Greaves, trying to take a lot of damage and sleeped up as well. The Fiend Script holding him there so that Ignis will also assist with the best of potential. 2 ultimates used. Still haven't taken down the tower. Only killed off the Necrophos. Infest has been used by General and V2 to continue the siege. Egg will be dropped. Looking for the Chrono, but he's still rooted in the backline. Trying to save the Egg. He will save it. And now always want to fly. He goes in, but he doesn't get it in time. Lifestealer. Aegis will be popped. Always want to fly. Gets forced up to save the Iceberg. He wants to take down this Faceless Void. Nyx is ticking down low, and he will die. Ember will also follow suit, and they have to get the Phoenix out from the battlefield as V2 is still continuing to siege this tier 3 tower. And with all of those ultimates used both sides, FTM decide to call it for now, dropping the tower to 700 HP. Always want to fly. Wanted to be the hero to break the Egg. Just such a short attack range.
And this is... Iceberg is the Egg Breaker built for, but the problem is that he is still, with all of his attack range, kind of too close. But V-Tune, on the other hand, he does not have a Desolator, so he doesn't deal enough tower damage either. It's a bit of a pickle. Yeah, anytime that Iceberg gets caught, they can't...
Closing up.
Guy on General going in like a Rambo and forcing.
Yeah, but FTM, they're going to go back onto the high ground. We're not even 25 minutes in yet. They have 1 minute before the bounty spawn, so they're going to continue sieging. Maybe get the tier 3, force some defensive action from HellRaisers. Egg still on cooldown for 20 seconds. Chrono's going to be down for a bit longer. V2 is using his open wounds to heal him up as fast as possible because this is telling that they're wanting to go again. 300 HP. Now HellRaisers have to throw in something. They might have to even give away some bodies. This Viper is just hitting from so far away, and Necrophos is just tanking all of those hits. They pop the glyph. Another 200 damage dealt on this tier 3 tower, still holding, but the next one is gonna break it. So they have to look for some crowd control with maybe the Egg, or then they just give it away. The chains on the Phoenix in very big trouble. He does get Spirit Vesseled up into the trees. HP, they get the tier 3 tower. FTM are backing out, and they're teleporting away.
Just breaking the tower for now. This is going to make it for FTM to fight here next time without that extra
Radiant's top
damage
tower
as well
is under
that the tower
attack.
deals. But HR are ready to strike back now. They got Greaves on. There is a Desolator up on DK, so there's definitely possibilities for damage if they have to do it. They can't stand in a...
Chrono is up. 800
Radiant's
gold for
top
BKB on
tower is
Nyx.
under attack.
Something that they need alongside with the Desolator from the Void Spirit. But is it still enough with the Egg and the Chrono? They can scale in damage. They can actually scale maybe even better than FTM does when it comes to the 5 versus 5 team fight wise. But right now, if the game can be over before they even get big. General wants to hunt GPK, but he's out, General. They're both taunting each other with the voice lines. And Nyx, Fiend Script has been used. Still down for a few more seconds. Viper coming in as well. The silence from Miposhka. TP away. Will take place. Gets out. Also, yeah, he also gets to walk. Yeah, walks away from General. Doesn't get caught. Very worth. 100-second cooldown used right there. Phonic trying to case Aloha Dance. There's a range creep. That is the Life Stealer.
I thought for a second that was Nyx.
Yeah, Nyx's Dominator creep was running in the topside jungle, and he's actually losing it right now. Always want to fly 200 gold. The Life Stealer is now finally also out of the other one.
Well, one big thing for HR is that after that entire siege on bottom, General has now run out of spirit charges. He had to spam those to keep up his fight, and this means that his utility is a lot more limited coming into.
FTM are in hiding from HellRaisers, but they probably suspect where they are right now. Roshan, minimum timer 52 seconds. That means Aegis and cheese.
Play this choke game. So, General, who's the only one with complicated things right now, will come back into mid. Kill here or mid?
Does FTM...
Oh,
well, let's see. I was just about to ask, do they have enough raw DPS to fight these heroes? Iceberg, BKB still up. Inkswell is coming out to Iceberg on the other direction. Nyx is afraid to go there, but Funnick throws in the Reaper's Scythe just as GPK jumps in. Could have maybe saved the Reaper's Scythe for later, as Void had enough damage with that one slice. 4 versus 5, GPK. They're looking to surround him. There's the Glimmer Cape, Fiend Script. Void needs some help. Where's your help? Miposhka, Silence is the wrong target as well, so GPK has no chance of getting out. And Funnick will be thrown into the air with the Yule Scepter, and General with the DD rune. Gonna hit hard. At least try to. General, uh-oh, what a root. And what an egg, which is not gonna hit anything. Looking for the Chrono, looking for at least the Lifestealer, and always when the Fly is toying with him. Nyx doesn't throw the Chrono down yet, looking for it. Ignis is thrown down as well. Nyx isn't able to do anything, gets the jump out away from the Ignis, and FTM are still toying with him. 40 seconds for the Viper to be up. They're trying to walk alongside the edges of the Ignis Pharos, and now General jumping out with the Remnants. Nyx is still looking for someone to target. Lifestealer running away. Gotta go fast.
yeah, FTM's they can't risk back up without them having just have to wait for their Viper again to tank all of these events. That is what Iceberg
They are really trying to get Nyx to use his Chronosphere in panic, but they're also like controlling him from the worst situations, and when they have less control, they are constantly spreading out, because Nyx wants to get like a +2 Chronosphere. 1 is not enough. Especially if they use the Chrono and then a buyback comes out on the core that they just killed. That means that they're defenseless. But onto Roshan, maybe. They are moving outside of the pit. FTM has vision on HellRaisers. Roche sitting at 3000 HP, waiting on the high ground. They need to go in fast. When do they realize they might go for it? Nyx, 300 HP, gets nightmared up. The Aegis will be taken by Iceberg. And they have the cheese as well on VTune. Still nightmared on the Void. Rooted on the spot. Has to soon pop his BKB. Tanking hits. He's surrounded by General and Iceberg. GPK trying to force some movements here. Can't get any damage really dealt out. Viper's still sitting on half HP with the Aegis. Bane on the other side. On the other hand, could have been a target, but he's too close to his teammates. And HellRaisers, they are scared. They are literally scared shitless right now. They are so afraid to go at FTM.
They know that there was a DD rune bot. They know that VTune has it. Is this really the time to smoke up HR? Where are you gonna risk it all? I mean, better not.
This might be the all-in play. Nyx goes for the Chrono. He catches 2. He's got the Viper, the Ember Spread. The Egg is also on the back line. They take down General. They're gonna pop the Aegis from the Viper. Meanwhile, VTune with the DD rune hitting on the back of a General, going straight on the Grimstroke. Grimstroke gets his ulti on 2. They also get Ember thrown into the air as well. Lifestealer still has the cheese. VTune giving the chase. Meanwhile, there's another fight breaking loose where Nyx is just trying to get out. GPK will fall, and they will also get always want to place Courier on that with Roger, but Funnick still running from General, going straight for the Phoenix. Infest coming out, and the right clicks from VTune is enough. He finishes the job with the bash. There's the Fiend Script on Funnick. Inkswell is on top, but it's not going to save him. It's not going to save his life. 3 heroes gone from HellRaisers. No ultimates available except for the Reaper's Scythe. They're holding on to their BKBs for now. VTune regenning back up. He has used the cheese, or then he gave it away to someone else. No, he's definitely used that cheese. Nobody has it. Rack's gone.
FlyToMoon were ready for that buyback play right from the start. They're like, alright, fine, that's a Void and Phoenix. They're both gonna drop their ults. We are gonna lose heroes to it, but it's a deciding fight. It's okay. Just buyback. And that's exactly what they did.
General is bringing pieces of a Satanic on himself. Wait, no. He went to base to pick up Viper's items, so Viper has a Satanic now. That was what was happening. I was just looking at his inventory and not into the fountain. So Satanic Viper with an MKB, Dragon Lance for the extra attack range, BKB for the saves, 2.5k HP, stacking right-click multiplier.
This man is... And he's making it harder and harder for HR to go on it. They know if they want to get the egg off, they need the iceberg, so they have to run him, but they don't get to run. And you also don't get to kill him anymore after because he...
Also still 40 seconds for Faces Void to have Chrono up again, also trying to build into a Satanic.
He wants to be able to stay and fight.
Dire's top
I just
tower
don't think
is under
that
attack.
P-Tune is going to be that opportunity. He's going to have an Abyss very first.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
They're looking for the Megas. Getting the waves pushed in first. Earl teleporting bottom, throws out the remnant so he can come straight back. Continue their work. FTM they are looking strong for that grand finals and a potential rematch against Virtus Pro.
They can close it out very soon. Now, Lowdown's got a blue dagger, so he's not charged anymore. Always want to fly. We've already seen him use that Glimmer Cape. I think this time around, FlyToMoon have itemized defensively on, and it's getting way harder for HR to target him down.
17,000 gold, 8,000 in XP. The advantage for FTM graphic-wise. You see on the mini-map though is just one lane of racks full for HellRaisers, keeping them still inside this tournament.
And this dominance from FlyToMoon has now gone on long enough that most of the vision outside of the base from HR is going... This is one of the roughest things about being locked into your base, like you don't actually get to walk out. Oh, they even get a D-ward and always want to fly. Not even getting that last minute, buddy. You're blind now.
Yep, completely blind. Absolutely no vision.
So
this is... Basically, their vision is limited to that line right there.
And I think that this ward will only work for them if they're ready to fight outside the base. I mean, otherwise this vision's just ward and you still want to defend on your high ground. I much prefer ward somewhere over in the low ground area, just a lane ward next to your you get to see place where the very obvious. It could always, of course, be the mind game, like, oh, but they're not gonna warn up there, that's too throw our sentry lane, and like... That could be it.
That could be it. Bane is also going for an A on this. Always want to fly, so he can just keep controlling the nightmares, the saves for his teammates, the Fiend script for the team fights too. Get the go sign. Coddle is also going for A on disc. So all of these A on discs are, if they get them ready, means that Void can't kill anyone in the chrono. They're just gonna end up popping A on discs one after the other. That's your basic Chronosphere counter item usually. Even on heroes like Ember Spirit, where you're... If Ember was 1 or 2. In this game, Ember is a 3. I don't think they're holding him in such high regard. He's more of a utility hero now than just the guy who holds Battle Furies and Datalises and has like Desolators and just crits you to death. You would build an A on disc against the the Faces Void. Just to give yourselves that extra advantage to nullify that big ultimate which has been killing you throughout the entire game. And even though FTM four kills are on the Void. Okay, Satanic dying on the Courier.
Oh, that is so big. Fly places down the Tinker Ward, immediately Courier that had been smuggled out of the secret.
Yeah.
That could be those signs. I think that FlyToMoon would still like to have buybacks on that forest. Actually, no. Iceberg just spent his money. Alright, he's not to die. He's got... Still interested, either a buyback or...
I have to say I like the Spider Legs Face Boots combo on Lifestealer, while HellRaisers taking the...
That word. I want to use that word.
Now that I'm looking at it, Nyx didn't even actually have his Satanic full, he only had the recipe. He would have sent it there to get the Reaver. These pieces of it are sitting on the courier. He could still manually run to the secret shop to buy it. Not sure if the Satanic is the item to win the game with. At least it reduces some of the crowd control and gives you the chance to start regenerating up if you're not rooted or stunned. And it takes away a lot from the Fiend script too. The duration drops by quite a lot.
And you'll get to actually man fight getting character. Problem right now with Void, just anytime he fights V-Tune, he has to step back and V-Tune focus. That's when everyone else on H falling over.
Yeah. Coddle, Aeon Disc. Bane still building. I think, yeah, they bought the gem, so I'm thinking General is going to pick that up very soon. Razor's trying to get a bit of vision out. They've got Obses in front of the mid lane. They get the Triangle Glyph also under their control.
Pushka doing a great job here of mirroring the moves, but he's not actually safe.
Alright. Well, that's a play. Saw the Coddle with a Blink Dagger and having almost 400 movement speed, so V-Tune just decides to infest the Coddle and Coddle goes in the front line. Charge, Gandalf.
Double damage.
The Slayer of the Orcs. Not sure if HellRaisers are orcs, though. I guess Grimstroke is some kind of an orc. Or troll.
I mean, they're on the Mordor-looking side of the map. They must...
Yeah.
You can ask Slacks if you're doubtful, but I'm
yeah, we need... yeah, we need Slacks' opinion on that. He's the guy. He's the guy to ask about these things. But anyway, outside of lore, FlyToMoon potentially writing a passage towards the grand finals to fight against Virtus Pro, but still can't break the high ground from HellRaisers. They took the mid and the bottom racks with somewhat of an ease. After that, they've just been farming items. Aeon Disc on the Viper, Aeon Disc on the Coddle, Aeon Disc coming from the Bane. We have an Aeon Disc on the Ember Spirit, so they're just bullying Nyx at this point.
You want to do anything with Chronosphere?
It's the only thing they're afraid of, and they're making it obsolete.
They're building a nullifier, though. Or, yeah. Now that he's finally got a scanning nullifier.
Radiant's bottom tower.
When does he get to attack, though? When does he get to right-click?
Let's see. There's no halberds. Oh, actually, we got that. So, Molly, not a whole lot. They're coming into the Testis Roche, though. Okay.
They are waiting and hoping for that big chrono to catch as many as possible as they can. General holding the high ground. They get the Centaur held in place. Meanwhile, Refresher Shard is on the ground. Iceberg picks up the Aegis. They leave the Shard in the pit for now. Lifestealer picks it up because somebody else forgot to pick it up. So he's got a lot of movement speed. He's got that plus 200 cast range. So that look at the just hover over the Blink Dagger and look at that green circle around Coddle. That is massive. And that is also without an Aether Lens. That is just the talent. But with the Aegis advantage, FTM, are they finally ready? Are they finally ready to break HellRaisers? Can HR hold up against Void? Is dropping on half HP. General is really bullying this Void Spirit. Maybe even continues going in. Takes the silence at least from the Grimstroke. Catapults are now hitting the base. Void soaking up some hits from Iceberg and dropping very low on HP. Gets the jump and a pause. GPK is having some trouble with his internet. It's a second disconnect now. In a very rough spot as well, because his hero is not really well placed right now if HR were to go for a turnaround. Their placements, their positioning is so crucial on how they fight FDM.
He is their only chance at all. Nick with that deep. Roger can't. Phonic certainly not. He's the only one who has the possibility to go for a low dance. Get out of hit with. He's ready to go again.
Yes, but what I really like is always want to fly is all the way at the back. Very hard to get to. Phonic drops low. Iceberg. Aegis in peril. Pops the Satanic. Get the taunt out in time. Reaper's Scythe is going to be enough. B-Tune's Infest will blow up as well. Nyx needs to be careful. Almost everyone has buyback except for the Viper. Now going on the Grimstroke. Push the Frozen to silence. Disarm onto the Viper by Roger. Tier 3 tower still taking hits in. GPK deep jump on the back line. Nightmare keeping Ember alive just a bit longer. Looking for the chrono. Doesn't get it. Pops his BKB. He gets speed script. They're going to lose the void. He's down. He still has his chronosphere, but he doesn't have his BKB. And Aeon Disc is now popped as well from the Viper. They will use the egg. They've got the Ignis holding the entire HellRaisers lineup in place. And always want to fly is all the way in between all of HellRaisers' heroes, and the rest of them make it out. They're going to smoke up too. He might have smoked on the edge of vision though. Nyx, fast fingers, really sort everything for him. Yules up into the air. Another Ignis coming in from the refresher, and Nyx gets the jump out from it. They won't be able to kill him right away. One more second for the jump. Does he get it? Oh no, he walks on the edge of it. He gets caught by the Ignis, so he can't get there right away. He was still hoping for it. They've got the extra movement speed coming in as well. They've got another chains onto the void, holding Nyx in place, and they're just dodging. They're trying to get out General. Aeon Disc will pop. He's got no more remnants. He's taking away all the attention from HellRaisers. A lower down. Force snaps him back to safety. Blinding light keeping them away. Nyx looking for the chrono. He gets two, but he gets disarmed right away. Ember Spirit will go down, and then we're looking for the chrono. Aeon Disc, what you gonna do? Right clicks from Iceberg. GPK trying to jump onto the Viper at the same time, and HR are trying to make it out as the buybacks are coming in. Phonic will go down. Does have a buyback available, but they are on the run. 4 heroes trying to get the hell out of there. No buyback yet. Now he will. The Nightmare cancelling the Icarus dive. Phoenix is down. Also has a buyback up. And HellRaisers still going back into their base. Get to the high ground. Nyx safe for now, but 2 minutes. 2 entire minutes without the Chronosphere. Satanic is back up. BKB is up once again. Meanwhile, Iceberg just right-clicking onto Phonic. Phonic, why is he tanking so many hits? He's just going to die right away. He does have his Greaves and his heal. He's not using his Death Bolt. There we go. He does. He's got 1200 HP at the same time. Now they got another jump to glyph being used. The same. They get the Grimstroke ultimate connecting onto the Ember and the Viper at the same time. Nyx is just taking too many hits at the same time. He's got the Fiend Scrape onto him. Always want to fly, keeping him in place, and that's a dive back on the Invulnerable. That just might be it. That just might be it for FDM to go to the finals. They got the Reaper's Scythe connecting on the backline onto the General Ember Spirit, but he's up, and Phonic is also in trouble. Getting the Inkswell. No, he does get a free-man stun. Meanwhile, B-Tune is just clearing the rest of HellRaisers, going straight onto Roger. Roger on low HP. He's gonna go down as well. Triple kill for Iceberg. GG. FDM. They get themselves a rematch opportunity against Virtus Pro in the finals of the Parimatch League Playoff Season number 3 with a 2-0 against HellRaisers. And that one should be a spicy one, since FDM really proving to be that strong